The program is still For the Record, and remember, if you'd like to watch, if you can't catch it on Sky, you can also catch it on the Unity app, which you can download from Google Play or App Store. That is Unity, UN1TY app. You can download that from Google Play, App Store, and I'm still with Charles EMEKA. So you were talking about selling drugs in the Hackney, Holloway, Stamford Hill, kind of North London area of town as a 19-year-old, and you were making £5,000.
£5,000 a week. What I didn't realize when I first started selling drugs, everything looked just nice. And you get a formula going that you think you'll never get caught. What then starts to happen is other people want to come into that patch. And then what ultimately happens is if you're willing to sell drugs, you're going to have to be willing to back it up with violence, which I was not ready for. That was when I then had the first murder attempt on my life.
Wow.
That was when I was like, whoa. Then you must learn to be alert, but you must also learn to be willing to do what somebody else is willing to do to you. That is part of the problem, because the young person will tell you, I'm carrying a knife for protection. And then once you're carrying that knife for protection, you are going to have to use it.
Was walking away an option? Walking away from everything? Did it pop in your mind?
I was making too much money.
And your parents, did they know?
They knew this guy was into a lot of things.
Were you schooling? Were you still in school?
I was showing up in the building. But in terms of school, I only took school seriously when I came out of prison.
Wow. And when did you go into prison?
I went to prison 2001.
How long?
2.5 years.
And what was the offense?
Remember, there's lots of. I had been going to court regularly. I'd been arrested on a few occasions.
All drug
Cautions, drug related,
fights,
driving, fights, fraud, money laundering, deception. And then I remember going to Marylebone Magistrates Court, and I had been many times before, and the judge said, nothing seems to work for you, so let's try a custodial sentence. And
did you cry? Many breakdown?
I didn't cry until I got to Wandsworth Prison at about 9:45 that night. Then my eyes opened.
Your parents must have had a major broken heart.
I was an embarrassment. My dad's a barrister.
Wow.
So
that's a pedigree.
You know, the man that defends other people's children for being wrongly prosecuted, his own son, you know.
It must have been a major family issue.
Some of my mum's ailments today are because of that period.
And was this just only you? Did you affect any other of your siblings?
My brother pretty much told the line. Did everything right in their eyes at the time. Never had a parking ticket. I don't have the story of the average black boy now that mum is not there or dad is not there or my parents are broken up. Mine was pure choice.
But you have a great story right now.
Now, I'm only alive because I believe I'm supposed to be a voice and to continue to aid and assist other people. If not, I should have been dead a long time ago. Over and over and over again, from car accidents. 2 days before I went to prison, I was involved in a car accident on the A12. There has been, so I understand that it's not because one is so intelligent or one is so wise, it's nothing but the grace of God.
So, is this story you have told, is this a worst case scenario?
Not based on what's happening now, because when I used to go into prisons before to deliver training programs and I'd say to them, the uniform you're wearing now, I used to wear it myself and everybody would stop in their tracks. Now when I go in and say the same thing, they look at me like, is that it?
Is prison like a college now?
Now, the young men we have today, their souls have been taken out of them.
Because I look at trust me, it's like there's no end in sight. And with the picture you've painted, now your dad is a barrister,
yeah,
right? So you didn't struggle. You had a good background.
I had a good background. I was rebellious to his ways.
Yes. So one can almost say you are not the norm.
No.
Because a lot of these children we're talking about, I believe there's an economic factor to this.
There's an economic factor.
There's a social factor.
There's a social factor. There's pain, which I can relate to. I experienced abuse growing up as a child.
What type of abuse?
Abuse. You can read between the lines.
Okay. Now, can we say, and that's another factor right there.
So the abuse and being bullied at school.
But hurt and anger.
Anger. And I made a decision one day, I said, I will never let anybody bully me again. And that was when the switch of the downward spiral started kicking in.
So if we bring it to right now, this situation right now, with this knowledge you have and you've explained right now, what would be the way to tackle this problem?
I don't believe, if somebody's already 15, 16, I think you've already lost that person. And I work with them. And my job is to...
There's no way around it?
It depends what is at the foundation of each individual.
Because that would be scary.
Some of these children have been... They have had no seed sown in them for too long. Don't forget, they're catching the kids at 10 and 11, not 16.
That's the drug dealers and now.
The drug dealers, the gang members. Sometimes the older drug dealers are just hanging around. There you go, my man. 50 pounds. You're 10, 11 with 50 pounds in your hand. You can go and buy the next Xbox game, which your mum is refusing to buy you and she's waiting till Christmas. Next week again, there you go, my man. He does it for 4 or 5 weeks in a row. Then he says, come, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to take this for me to that guy. You're going to do it.
I was reading the police reports, and part of what they were saying is that because apparently somewhere in Grays, Essex, there was this gang called the C-17 gang.
Okay.
And had 40 strong, led by a Nigerian.
Yep.
One of these, his brother was apparently killed as a revenge attack.
Yep.
And they actually had to ban them in the town center and ban them in the area, you know. And it's apparently an initiative they copied from somewhere in Scotland. So they're trying to be proactive, you know.
The police.
The police, you know, they're trying to be proactive, but I don't see a solution.
The police's job is to prosecute crime, not to stop the young man from entering into crime. So it's not the police.
So social services?
How many people, right now, we don't have enough teachers in schools. There are not enough teachers, supply teachers everywhere. So if there are not enough teachers, there is definitely not going to be enough social services to handle each child's problem. And whether we like it or not, it is a problem of us. It's our community problem.
So what's the way out?
It comes back to the family. It comes back to the family.
So let's be hypothetical.
Okay.
Let's say a typical Nigerian family now is going through this stress. There are different types of families. Some have tried to pin it on single parenthood.
Okay.
But so many single moms raise kids great.
Yes.
You know? There are some of these problems in families that have two parents.
Yes.
Do you get it? So it's not necessarily an exclusively single parent problem.
No, it's not.
So really, where do you start to deal with
this? It's the climate, it's the culture. Some people want to say the music plays a part.
It's a factor.
It's a factor.
Drill.
Some aspects of rap plays a part. But everything starts from what is in your soul. What is your soul? Your mind, your will, your intellect, and your emotions. What is the foundation there?
How that has been nurtured.
Yes. And if one boy said to me, I started selling drugs and I joined the gang because I was tired of bailiffs coming to my mum's house every week.
Request.
The dad was not around, so he felt that he needed to stand in the gap.
Please feel free to call the hotline number and be a part of this conversation.
You've also got parents, they know something's not right. Because your child is buying you gifts that you can't afford, and there is no way that he should be able to afford it. Don't worry, mum, I just done a little business on the side. Use that 200, use that 3. And parents are taking it. Parents are taking it. You say to parents, the council is willing to move you outside London. Where am I going to get my black food from? So when I'm coming hard at parents in videos, sometimes parents, you must sacrifice to achieve. If you want something bad enough, you will find a way. And that's what I can't hear. People say, oh, but this, life is at stake. Do what it takes. It might be uncomfortable for a season. Oh, people were angry at me because I said, some people, all you need to do is pick up your child and take them to Nigeria.
We're going to end a break right now. When we come back, we're still going to have another segment with Charles. We're going to be taking calls then. And perhaps the Mayor of London said it would take a period of 10 years at the least. And a lot of people actually wanted to have his head for that. But the picture you're painting right now suggests 10 years could actually be just the tip of the iceberg.
How many bodies do you want in 10 years?
Well, stay tuned. We'll be right back.